try to share. Let me know if it freezes up. I've been having problems with my machine. So go ahead, sign in, and I copied the agenda from last time. So I think we can skip right into the working groups. Tracy, do you want to start, or
Sure.
I don't know if
we are continuing to try to gather blogs, so I encourage all of you to get a blog submitted. So far, we just have the one, which was mine on GitOps. So try to get a blog in. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just get some thoughts on a page and move forward. We also want to encourage you to submit for CDCon. I think we have, when I looked at the, because I'm on the selection committee, I think we had 3 so far submitted for CDCon, which is great. Karam submitted one. Juan submitted one. He's not on. Steve submitted one, and then I did. So, well, mine was really more about GitOps. So I think there were 3 official for Ortelius. The closing on that is March 5th. So if you're interested, be sure you get that in. And Steve, let me put the link in the doc for you.
I can grab it later.
I got it. And the other thing is that if any of you are interested in, there's a working group with the CD Foundation for best practices in CICD. We have about 6 people in there. It would be great to have more. If anybody has an interest in pursuing that, let me know. I'll make sure you have the links, or I can put the link in here to the meeting. But they're trying to go through and start a process for, oh, I just added that. Start a process for creating a best practice kind of central location from the CDF's perspective. I think that they're going to have to start breaking it up into silos, like industry verticals, like banking, insurance, gaming, retail. And I know some of you may have that kind of experience, so it might be helpful if you want to contribute at all in that. There's some work involved in it. I think they'll get it sorted out. Right now, it's just in one big doc. I put about, I don't know, I wrote the first like 15 pages, but it seems like it would be a worthwhile group if anybody's interested in doing anything in that area.
Can you add the link to the meeting and a link to the doc?
Yep. I think that we talked about this last time, but we do have a badging program sorted out. Garima still has to present to us her final recommendations to us, and she will probably do that at the next outreach meeting, is what I'm hoping. I think she's taken our input, and I need to work on that with her as well. I have a meeting with her on Friday to go through it so that we all can work to get the Evil Lord badge. And I think, Sergio, what we might do is on that badge is we may do different levels. We'll get different back colors. You know, you have the gold would be the top one.
Okay, so like medals, like bronze.
That might be a good way to start. Yeah, bronze,
okay.
silver, and gold. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Perfect.
I will do that.
Okay. And I don't know if you can send to me a format that I can bring into Adobe.
You want like an AI file?
Probably a PSD file would be the easiest for me.
Okay, yeah, I can send you in a PSD.
Yeah, if I can see the layers, that way I can add the wording easier on it.
Okay, yeah, I can do the PSD, but just for the background, because the evil lore itself is, I made it in another application. So, but for the background is okay. I can put it in PSD.
Okay.
Because you basically need it flat, Tracy, right? So you can then add layers for wording around it.
I think having a transparent version without the gold in the back, the circle in the back would be handy. And then if you can create one with like a layer for each of this bronze, silver, and gold. So I have one PSD that I can create
Yeah,
from there.
I will create the one PSD with all the layers. Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, all right.
All right.
And I think from that perspective, really, we're just working on the focused on the blogs.
Yep.
So get your
Did
blog submitted.
Did I spell Garama's name correctly here? Or am I missing an M?
I don't see where you're looking at it. Garima, you got it.
Garima. All right.
And we do have our TOC board meeting is tomorrow, I believe. So everybody should be invited. If you didn't get an invite to that, let me know. Everybody should have gotten one. So the it'll be a working session with the board, but anybody who is in the open source community is invited to participate, listen in. If there are any voting, you would be in a non-voting role. You can always vote, but it wouldn't count. So we get your input. We don't normally vote on things in the TOC, but in the future, if we ever had to, that's how it would work. We have the board who is the original group. And I don't know if you guys have ever met some of them who's on the board. I think it'll be interesting for you to meet them. One person in particular who will not say hardly a word, his name is Doug Orr. And Doug Orr was the director of the engineering effort for Kubernetes. He's brilliant. He is a rock star in the Google world, and he was living in Santa Fe, and we met him here. So he's a fun person to talk to because he knows so much about how he just is a brilliant man, and I think that'll be fun to meet him. There's also Tara Hernandez, who is also with Google, and she's the one who recommended us to the CDF. She's on the board, and a few others that are interesting, but no one more interesting than Doug. He's quite a brilliant person. And I'm looking forward to having him on moving forward. He's always supported us in the kindest way. He really has.
Let me just grab that invite real quick. And that is going to be...
So how to register for that board practice for CICD?
For which one?
For this best practices for CICD?
I'm going to pull it up for you right now, Siddharth. Best practices. Here are all of the links for the best practices. And did I put them on? Did they all come across? That looks weird. Well, here you go. Here goes nothing. There they all are. I'll put them in the doc as well.
There's a Zoom meeting. All right.
And so they're in the properly stored now in the doc.
You make me go and update all your...
Well, I'm just cutting and pasting.
I know, and you should create them as hyperlinks.
Okay.
All right, done. I clean up for you. I have no idea what you have going on there.
Oh, there's two. There is the best practices minutes from the meeting, and then there's the shared doc. So one's the best practices doc that we're working on, and one's the minutes from the meeting.
Can you include my name for any further catch-ups that you have?
Let me see if I can send you a invite. Let me see if I can
invite, find it.
Yeah, I'll find it.
I'll clean it up later. So on the architecture side, the Google Summer Code, we had a meeting with the TOC last week at the CDF level, and Taro is going to go through and submit to Google through the CDF for us. So we're all set on that. They had their deadline and they got it off. We did do our walkthrough of component sets as well, and our service catalog data. The one I still have to do is around GitOps. So these two have been done. I will hook in the links to these documents here afterwards. So that's kind of where we're going on that front. We will start creating, if I know some people had some comments on, like on the service catalog data, we'll get those answered and we'll start creating issues for the coding work on that front. So, and also when we create the issues, I will go ahead and link them to the Kanban under the GitHub project. So we'll make sure that they're like component sets. We'll tag them as like a component set feature, and then we'll add that to the GitHub project for the being able to track it at the Kanban level at that, for that, if that makes sense. On the Trello side, I believe, Siddharth, you're tracking things like the blog pages and stuff on the Trello side. Is that right?
Yes, I'm doing that. So I have a quick things. Is anyone working on anything in the Blogathon? Please post it on the Trello board so we can track it for the closure. Point one. Point two is if you have any ideas of any content that could be created, post it over there. Let's see how we can do that. Maybe I can pick it up. For example, Tracy suggested me last week that why don't I create a small video of the community guide, which is on my mind, and I'll do that. Anything else, where you think I can be of any help, or any ideas for our blogathon, just post it over there. Let's see how we can pick up, who can pick up. And last but not the least, please start using Trello board as much as possible, as actively as possible.
Yeah, I have a couple ideas for some blogs I want to work on, so I'll add those to the Trello board.
Yeah, and there's one out there that I think would be a good one for any of us to do, and that is documenting how we're using Cloud Build, because it's something that we should include as part of our training for onboarding of open source users. Is what happens if they commit code, and I'm hoping that we can get this stuff lined up, because we really are going to push coding starting in April. That's what we're trying to get lined up for. So if anybody wants to take on learning how Cloud Build is set up, my suggestion would be to do this blog. All you need to do is schedule time with Steve, have Steve do the video, we'll record it, and we'll post it, and then somebody just just describe what the blog's about and why it's important.
Sounds cool, because I'm busy doing my Google SRE and DevOps course through Coursera, so it'd probably be a good thing for me to do that.
Yeah, and if we don't get it right the first time, it's no big deal. So we can tweak things. We just need to get something out there and going. So
yeah, so when we get to when we're actually coding and starting to do more contributions, which I hope that starts in April, since we have 3 big projects plus the summer of code coming up, we'll have our ducks in a row and know exactly what we're doing.
Hey Steve, I'll put my hand up. You're stuck with the Git destroyer.
Okay. Yeah, you can definitely mess things up.
Oh my goodness.
Makes me go like this and go, what did he do?
Asha, you will forever be known as the Git destroyer. In fact, that should be a badge of honor.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'll claim it.
I did get from Owen. He's been busy, so he dropped off the radar a little bit, but I did pick up and get moved over the Doxy website. So we have a deadline on this by March 15th to get, because what's happening is the current website is hosted on SiteGround, our ISP, and that's supposed to renew March 15th. So instead of renewing for another full year, I want to, and we're pretty close on the Doxy version, that we just need to put some effort behind that to get the Doxy cleaned up and use that so I can drop the subscription on the WordPress version of it. So what ends up happening is the repo is going to be the website repo under Ortelius. Right now, I've pretty much everybody has access to it. If you don't, just drop me a message on Discord. But we can go ahead and start doing changes to it and merging pieces in. I did add in the cloud build piece, so it'll actually automatically get built, and it actually gets published over to Deploy Hub SaaS version, the new builds, and from there Deploy Hub will actually deploy it out to our Azure website using our chart that we have here. So anytime you make a change, whether it's to a branch or to the main trunk, a new build will happen. It'll get published out to the site automatically. So right now it's off of a dev link. So dev.ortelius.io is where it's being handled. And we'll see it's pretty close. We got just some work, some logo stuff. There's some placeholders that we have in there, but we need to finish this off as part of that process.
And I will be working with Steve over we have to get this version of the website done and gone by the 15th of March. So we're trying to get the new version of the website moved over, and I'll be working with Steve so he can show me what I need to do to get this stuff moved over. If anybody wants to help, let me know, and we'll make sure and schedule that training in the morning hours or whenever it works.
Yeah, so what we'll want to do is split people's, so we don't have a lot of conflicts. So if somebody wants to look at, the events page, for example, and focus on the events area, it'll make it easier when we do the merges at that level. But it's going to be a big change, but it'll be very worthwhile down the road to have everything in the Git repo driven by changes here, pull requests, and things like that. So Owen gave us a very big boost to get us started here as part of that process.
So it will get moved over before the end of before the 15th.
Yeah.
Which would be great, because then if you wanted to post a blog, it'll be done through just a pull request.
Exactly.
Or make any changes to the website that you see is needed. It'd be much easier.
And so that's the main stuff I wanted to cover. Anybody have anything else that I missed or Tracy missed? Siddhartha, you have anything else? All right. So that's kind of where we're at. Let me stop sharing.
And Natch has been very quiet. Natch, how are you doing?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. I've been busy last couple of weeks with the interviews and
Good.
job searching, and I will finish that blog and I'll submit into Trello in a day or two. Yeah, so
Okay, great.
I'll be working on that.
Perfect.
And Jesse, I think I'm glad to see you.
Yeah, I think Jesse, you're new to this meeting.
This is my second one,
Oh, that's
but I transitioned to a new company, new role. So I've been kind of swamped onboarding, but things have kind of died down. I know kind of what I'm working on and my responsibilities. And so I'm ready to get back into the fold or, contribute. So.
We've had a lot of people transition jobs lately, and everybody, Tatiana is still, I believe, looking for work. She's not on this call, but she still is looking for work. So if you know of anything, let her know.
Yeah, I'll reach out to her. She's in the Discord, or I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's in Discord and she is out of New York.
Okay.
And Karam, thank you for getting your CD Foundation talk submitted. I saw it come through. Looks great.
Thanks, Tracy.
All right. Anybody else new that I may have missed?
Well, Zach has not been, I don't think Zach has been on a community meeting before, but I think he was on one of the other calls, one of the architecture calls.
Yeah, I've been to a couple. Plan on actually meeting with Steve later today to talk about, initial contributions and that kind of thing.
Yep. And, if you want to blog about it, just record Steve talking about it, and then you can just, we'll publish it. And, I've known Steve now for close to 30 years, and I can tell you right now, he is the tall, silent type. You have to drag the information out of him. So capture it when you do. Record the thing.
Okay, well, I'm the short, silent type, so
we're gonna sit there.
happens.
We're gonna sit there and just stare at each other for a half hour.
Well, anybody, if you ever schedule a call with Steve to ask him something, my suggestion is have him record it and then do a blog about it, because capturing what comes out of his brain will be the task of all of us. A lot of what we do is in Steve's brain, and we have to drag it out of him.
I will try to divulge.
Please do.
All right. Anybody else have anything? All right.
All right. Thank you all.
Perfect. Like I said, we have a couple things on our marching orders, the blogs. Get them on the Trello board, like Siddharth said. Just even if just ideas, and then we can build upon it. We'll help each other out on that front. And then we have the website as part of that, and then just keep a heads up for any of the issues I'm going to be creating around coding changes that we have going on.
And if you want to submit to the CDF for CDCon in June,
CDF.
That's March 5th is the last day.
And we have spots reserved for us, so you'll be able to get in there pretty easily. Okay, perfect. Well, thank you everybody for joining in today. Enjoy the rest of your day or night, and we'll see you.
Bye.
Cheers,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Good day.